Over the last decade, I have sold over 100 digital products in every single niche, every single market that you can imagine. Altogether, it's over $40 million worth of digital product sales. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly which kind of products you need to be launching and selling if you want to make a lot of money, which mistakes you need to avoid if you don't want to launch a digital product that is a flop. And I'm going to show you the 3 best types of products that you need to create if you want to grow and scale your digital product business and find massive success, generate massive cash flow, massive amounts of profits, and do it in a way where you have super low stress and your business is fun. Okay, so let's talk about why digital products fail. There are a number of reasons why people launch digital products and they make a few sales and then stop generating revenue, or they just don't even sell right out of the gate. So let's talk about why that happens. There are 3 main reasons why digital products fail. The first one is pricing. People oftentimes have no idea how to price their digital products so that they sell and they continue to sell. Sometimes what you'll see is someone will launch a product, they'll get a bunch of sales right out of the gate, and then they cannot continue to bring in revenue. They cannot continue to generate cash flow with that product. What that means is that the way that they price that product is it was only accessible for a small sliver of their overall audience. And as a result, they're not able to continue to penetrate further into their own following or audience or email list or warm traffic pool to continuously sell. For example, if you have a personal brand, there's probably tons of people who love you, who love your stuff, and they will buy anything that you put out. That group of people is oftentimes limited. Of course, it'll grow over time as you continue to grow your audience and nurture them and create content and do all of these things. But oftentimes, the number of people who are just going to buy whatever you put out, no matter what it is, no matter what the price point is, just because they like you, is ultimately a much smaller proportion of your total audience. So while you can make a lot of money, if you price your product wrong and you mess this part up, you are going to not only leave a lot of money on the table, but you're going to miss out on a huge opportunity cost because you're going to have to go in, retool the product, change the pricing, worry about what you have to do with the people who you just sold maybe a higher price to. It's a mess. So you want to get this right from the start. The second reason why digital products fail is because of the promotional strategy. There are 2 phases of launching a digital product and continuously selling it and scaling it up that you have to worry about. The first phase is the launch phase. This is when you actually bring it out for the first time and you first make it available. Sometimes you'll do a beta launch to get a number of people in to validate the concept, to make sure people actually want this, to kind of fine-tune it with an initial group of students. The second phase of this is the evergreen phase, when you are going to continuously pump leads and traffic through this offer so that it continues to sell and sell and sell. We're going to talk about how to nail the launch phase and also how to launch the evergreen phase so that not only do you get a rush of sales when you first launch this product, but you also continuously make sales for years and years and years to come, because that's why you're doing this, obviously. You don't want to just launch a product to make $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 one time. You want to do that every single year, maybe every single quarter, maybe even every single month, right? So you have to nail this. What I'm going to show you in this video if you want to continuously sell and scale it up. The third reason why digital products fail is the positioning, how the product is positioned in the market. Now, oftentimes what you'll see is a lot of times when people go and launch a digital product, or at least when they attempt to, the positioning is all off. And there's a lot of things that go into positioning. One of those things being how you actually create the messaging around the product, right? How do you actually communicate the benefits? How do you actually demonstrate a transformation? How do you show proof that this product that you're about to sell to someone is actually going to give them the outcome that they ultimately want? A lot of times what you'll see is people will launch a digital product, but they don't have product market fit, which means the product that they have in their mind, the digital product that they want to create, is not actually in line with the desires of the market that they ultimately want to sell to. So when they launch it, like I said, they might get a couple of sales to some of the pieces of low-hanging fruit, but they're not going to be able to have a sustainable amount of revenue or profit coming in from that product because there is a mismatch between what the product creator wanted to make and what the market wanted to buy. So those are the 3 main mistakes, but let's talk about how to actually avoid those mistakes and make products people really want. Here are the 3 types that I think sell the best. So the first product is going to be a low ticket product. Now, usually these products are priced anywhere from $1 to $99. And these products are oftentimes small, but they can be super powerful. Now, oftentimes with a low ticket offer, this is not going to be a major revenue generator in your business. I mean, if you have insane amounts of volume, if you have hundreds of thousands of followers, then okay, maybe you can make a lot of money. Because again, everything comes down to the number of customers that you get, the average order value, and the frequency of purchase. With frequency of purchase, if you only have one product and you launch that product, X amount of people buy, those people who just bought that product are not going to buy that product again. So unless you are continuously creating new offers and selling them other stuff on the back end, you are losing out on revenue because you're missing out on frequency of purchase. Now, the other number in that equation is average order value, right? With a $20 average order value, you have to sell a lot. If you want to make $100,000 from a course launch, that means you need to sell 5,000 $20 units. That is a lot of conversions. Again, these products are not meant to be profit generators. They're meant to be revenue generators, but where they fit in your funnel is very important. So if you have a low ticket product, for example, I ran an ad funnel for a very long time for my Scale While You Sleep book. I'll have the link below if you want to check out the page. It was an $8 book funnel. You're not going to get rich selling something that is $8, but the point was not to get rich off that product. The point of that product was to use it as a lead conversion mechanism in a sales funnel. So here's what I did. I used that product as a front-end offer that I ran ads to. $8, you get an entire book on how that works, on how we at my agency do email marketing automation so you can set up for yourself and make a lot of money. And then the key here is that we had order bumps and we had upsells. So what that allowed us to do was take an $8 book sale and turn it into a product that had an average order value of about $25. Now, when we were running Facebook ads, we had to pay about $25 to get a conversion. So that means we spent $25 in ads, we got about $25 back. Some weeks it was a little bit less, some weeks it was a little bit more. So these low ticket products, they are great for growing your list, and they're great for growing your list not with freebie seekers or people who just want a free lead magnet and never going to buy anything. They're really great for liquidating your traffic costs so that way you can get paying customers onto your email list so then you can sell them other higher end stuff where you actually generate profit in your business. So below this video, you're going to see a link for my 92-word email funnel. You could actually get in that funnel and see how I do it. If you opt in, you're going to then get redirected to a page that has an offer for $7 for the ultimate welcome sequence. It's a bunch of email templates that are going to help you write a better welcome sequence so you can convert people on autopilot 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, even while you sleep. And it's $7. It actually has a $400 value because it includes 4 of my Make Rain Monthly print newsletter issues in digital format. So, and a training video along with it. So it's a great offer, $7, people buy it. And then there's order bumps and there's a series of upsells. So the second type of product is called a flagship offer. Now you could have a lot of these or you could continuously build these out, but usually these products are in the range of $100 to $500, and they're digital courses. Usually they're video based. They might be video and text. They might have some other materials with them, some worksheets or some PDFs that you create, things like that. But these products are meant to be profit generators, and they are meant to help monetize some of the traffic that you have either bought through advertising or through your organic social methods. Now, the key thing with flagship offers is that they need to be focused on one problem, and that's it. So people are going to buy this product because they have a specific problem, and your product offers a system that is going to help them solve that problem. For example, one of the flagship offers that I have is my email flow bootcamp. So that is like a souped up version of my Scale While You Sleep book. That includes all of my email templates that we would use at my agency to build out a full suite of email automations for e-commerce businesses. So it shows 10 email sequences they need. It shows how to set them up. It shows the exact copy that you should use and how to modify it for your own brand and your own products. And it shows you how to set them up and hit go and then make sales around the clock. It solves a very specific problem. It doesn't solve every problem they have in the world. It's like a sniper shot. It solves one specific problem. And the cool thing is when you build a flagship product, it's very easy to get super focused with your copy. For example, another product that I have, which I'll link below, is called Double Your Deliverability. Now, that one, obviously, it's all in the name, right? You can kind of tell what it does. It helps you improve your email deliverability. So if your emails are going to the spam folder or the junk folder, or they're not arriving in the main inbox, or you're worried that you're on blacklists, or your open rates are super low because you haven't emailed your list in a while, and you're wondering if you have a bunch of dead names, you're not sure what to do, this course solves all of that, right? It's a soup to nuts, A to Z process that you're going to follow to improve your deliverability and make sure that your emails actually get delivered and you can sell more from email because people are actually seeing your emails. Oftentimes with a flagship product, you can charge between $100 and $500 for that offer because the nature of what it actually does. If it solves a huge pressing bleeding neck problem that someone has in their life, they are willing to pay that amount of money to make the pain go away very, very fast. And they want to buy from you because they know, because they follow you and your content, or you've demonstrated to them through your advertising, your initial funnels, that you are the person who could help them solve these problems. Now, the cool thing is you can have upsells, one-click upsells in the back-end flows after someone buys these products as well. So maybe you're only selling something for $200, but if you have 2 or 3 upsells, you could take that average order value to $300, $400, even $500. The cool thing about these products is that because of the price point where they are sitting in your value ladder, they are often impulse buys, right? You'll pay $200 to solve a big problem. You'll pay $100 to solve a big problem. You'll pay even $500 if it's going to give you some new ability. So how do you actually go about selling these products? Well, oftentimes these products can be sold with just a sales page, and the same holds true for self-liquidating offers for those low-ticket products. You could use a relatively short sales letter, maybe a short video on that page, but you don't need phone calls. You don't need a crazy webinar or anything like that. All you need is a really good sales page in order to make that conversion happen. And again, if you're not sure how to write a really awesome sales page to sell a digital product, there's a link below for my Quick and Dirty Sales Letters course, which is going to show you how to knock out one of these sales pages in as little as an hour. So check that out if you want to learn how to write awesome sales letters that sell. Once you have that sales page created, now all you need to do is drive traffic. So where are you going to drive traffic from? You can drive it from your email list. This is probably going to be your number one sales channel, especially for selling digital products. Oftentimes, it's good if these products, these flagship products, are open every day and available for people to buy whenever they want, which again is something that not everyone agrees with, because sometimes people think you should have strict cart opens and cart closes and have a few times a year when these products are open. I think you can do that. I think that's okay to do if that's the way that you like running your business. But again, I think for a product that's between $100 and $500, and the same is true with the low ticket products, those products can be available all the time. If they're structured correctly, if they're solving one specific problem and making one pain point go away, people are going to buy them when they're ready. So really the name of the game is just to drive as much traffic to them as you can as often as possible. That means creating email automations, posting on social, and getting people into a funnel that drips emails to get them to that page. And the third type of product, and these are the big ones. These are the big profit generators. These are called transformational products. Now, transformational products are a little bit different than the other two types because transformational products are usually more all-encompassing. The goal of a transformational product is not necessarily to teach an individual skill or just give someone a quick win like with the low-ticket funnels. These products are designed to completely transform someone's life and help them become someone else. Now, what does that mean? That's a little bit abstract, right? Let me give you an example. So one of the programs that I used to sell was this coaching program called One Person Agency. The premise of One Person Agency was how you could build a one-person agency being an email marketing list manager for businesses. So right there in the title, you could see you are going to become someone new. You're not just going to learn one individual skill. We're not just going to solve one problem. We're going to help you transform from the person you are now into the person that you want to be. For any kind of transformational product, usually the price point is $500 and up. So that could be $500 all the way up to $10,000, sometimes even more. Now, when you get to selling at this price point of $500 or more, or let's say $1,000 or more, the game changes a little bit. You can sell people directly just from a sales page into those programs. You can do it. I've done it before. Some of my clients have done it before. It is possible, although it is a little bit tougher to do at that level. It's a little bit harder to just get someone to part with that much money without some kind of video component. Now, what is a video component? What that means is that the conversion mechanism is going to change. So instead of just sending someone to a sales page, usually you're going to have some longer form VSL, or you're going to have a webinar, whether it's a pre-recorded webinar or a live webinar, or you're going to have a pre-launch sequence with a bunch of pieces of video content that kind of get people warmed up and get them to see the future that they want to buy into. When I launched One Person Agency, I did it via webinar. So I would give a 90-minute webinar. I would do it once a quarter, and there was a strict cart open and cart close. It wasn't available every day. You couldn't just join whenever you wanted. I said, these are the dates when it's open and when you can enroll, and this is the date when the cart closes. And we did it like that for a reason. Because with these transformational offers, if someone is paying a lot more money, oftentimes, and again, it might differ depending on what your market is, but oftentimes people need a little bit of mental preparation. If they're going to spend that much money, what I found anecdotally is that, if they're married, they might need to talk to their spouse. They might need a lot of education before they're ready to part with that much money, even if they know you, like you, trust you, and following you for years, because it is a bunch of money that someone's going to be paying you. If someone's paying you $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, you need to really warm them up. You need to really demonstrate value. You need to convince them that what you're selling them is actually going to help them. And obviously your product should. Now, another thing about these products is that oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes when you're selling at this price point, there usually is some kind of hand-holding, which means there's some kind of coaching component that goes with it. So the core of the product is going to be the video trainings or the digital assets that you create, whether those are, again, PDFs, text-based files, or a series of video trainings or a series of video modules. But oftentimes, you're also going to accompany that with some guided instruction. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have weekly coaching calls. There's other ways that you could do this. You could put people into a group and offer support there. You could have a Slack channel. You could have a circle group, whatever. But usually what we often see at those price points is there's some kind of support that goes along with the training. Now, some people don't like that. Some people say, I don't want to do any coaching calls. Totally cool. You're just going to have a much tougher time selling things at that price point. Doesn't mean you can't do it. You can, but it's just going to be a lot tougher. You just have to decide what type of business you want. So let's talk about how you actually launch these things during the promotional period and take them into an evergreen phase. So for a self-liquidating low-ticket funnel, one of those, $1 to $99 products, you don't really need a big launch. What you need to do is start sending traffic into these funnels because, again, these are going to be always evergreen. When you're launching a flagship product, that is when you're going to want to do a bit more of a focused product launch. Now, oftentimes with these, what I like to do is just a very simple email launch. I call this the laid back launch because you're not going to be doing a bunch of crazy videos and having affiliates and doing everything else. All you're going to do is just do a very focused, very targeted email launch to your list. So a really simple way to look at this is you're going to have 1 week of pre-launch emails and 1 week of launch emails. So let's say for 5 to 7 days before the product is ready, you're going to start talking about it. You're going to start telling stories, sharing some success stories or case studies that help you develop that flagship offer and get people pre-sold and get them to see the value before it's even live. And then once the card opens, then for 5 to 7 days, you are going to promote the hell out of it and send probably 2 emails a day, every single day until the last day when you're going to send anywhere from 3 to 7 emails. And yes, I know it sounds like a lot of emails, but you will make a lot more sales if you send 7 emails on the last day than if you don't. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, the more emails you send, especially on the day of the deadline, the better. And with flagship offers, that is the promotional strategy you're going to use. Now, like I said, you could choose to open and close these things throughout the year, but again, at the $100 to $500 price point, I think you're much better off if you just leave these things open for the long term so you can just continuously drive traffic because, again, they are at that price point where it doesn't necessitate a conversation with the spouse. People can just make that decision, say, I'm going to buy this thing right now. Now, when we talk about promotions for transformational offers, this is when you're going to need a big launch behind what you're doing, right? You're going to need a big pre-launch. Oftentimes, your pre-launch might be 2, 3 weeks, even 4 weeks to really set the stage and really get people excited. And most importantly, get people to start mentally allocating cash in their mind, in the budget that they make in their brain that they're going to purchase this. And I've just noticed this over the years in my launches and once I've done with products, I've had people write in and say, hey, I get paid on this day. Is it okay if I join on that day? And I'm like, wow, okay. So like, of course, we'll make that accommodation. But this is how people think about these bigger purchases. And this is just something that I've noticed, right? Again, if it's a $100 product, most people don't need to budget for that. They'll just pull the trigger. $200 product, pull the trigger. $300 product, they'll pull the trigger and they'll buy it. But if they're going to spend $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 with you, they have to mentally prepare for that. And sometimes they might have to mentally budget for that as well. So that's why you're going to want that longer pre-launch period where you're dripping out content. Maybe you're releasing some videos. Maybe you're doing a webinar. Maybe you're doing a live session or 2, or you're doing some live broadcasts and you're talking about it on social. You're talking about it on your email list. You're starting to share stories. You're starting to share case studies. You're starting to share insights and things that you've learned and always linking back to that product. And hey, on this date, it's going to open up. It's going to open up in 2 weeks. It's going to open up in 1 week. We're going to open it up in 3 days and get people really excited about it. And then again, the same rules apply once that card opens. Your card opens probably going to be anywhere from 5 to 7 days. You can go longer. I've done 10-day card opens. They work too. What I find is that I don't think if you were to extend that to a month, I don't think you would make more sales. I think you'd actually probably make less sales. It's good to have some compression. Cool thing is all 3 of these products fit into whatever kind of digital product business that you have, right? You have your low ticket products that are going to help you generate traffic and liquidate the cost of that traffic. You have your flagship offers, which are going to kick off good profit margins and have steady sales throughout the year. And then you're going to have your big, huge cash and profit spikes from your transformational offers. And when you're designing your promo calendar, you don't really have to worry about the self-liquidating offers because people are either going to be coming in through those via ads or via organic traffic. So those are going to be happening on a daily basis. The other flagship products, you're usually going to see sales from them when you send traffic there via an email or a social post or whatever it is. And then the big transformational offers, you're going to take 2 to 4 weeks to really get people warmed up, and you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 or 4 card open periods throughout the year when you're going to generate a ton of sales, a ton of revenue, and a ton of profit into your business. And that is what's ultimately going to make your year as a digital product creator. Now, if you're just starting out and you want to learn exactly how to put together the nitty-gritty of one of these launches, you should watch this video right here, which is going to show you exactly how to launch a product as a beginner.